Good morning, 1MillionCups. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's got coffee and or tea or whatever you require to get through the day. Today's our hybrid meeting after the snow day last week. So welcome. We meet every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Entrepreneurs, it's an opportunity for a mastermind and to get us maybe out of our own headspace and thinking more collaboratively with other people.
Get it, Chuck.
Next slide, please, John. So 1MillionCups is sponsored by the Kauffman Foundation, and they're working in communities with entrepreneurship and education with a way this is a place where we can take risks. It is safe space, and we are able to own our success as entrepreneurs. Next slide, please. So 1MillionCups does have a national and local mission. There are communities all around the country. So say you're in a different time zone than we are here in Fairfax, but you still have the urge or the need to participate in a 1MillionCups meeting, you can always go to the 1millioncups.com website and find other communities around the country. So it's 9 o'clock within the time zone. So those 6 a.m. folks in California, no, still 9 a.m. for them. The key pillars of 1MillionCups is that this is about presentations and not pitches. We're looking to make authentic connections. It's not just the speed dating of networking, which a lot of other organizations have. This is definitely much more of a mastermind situation where you can share a problem or a challenge and have other entrepreneurs provide input to it. It's run for the community, by the community, and perhaps my favorite pillar, it is radically and intentionally inclusive. So this is not just for folks in finance, not just folks who are focused on services, but also consumer product goods and all ranges of businesses. So if you know other entrepreneurs who would benefit from a mastermind like this, please invite them, and we'd love to have them join us next week. Next slide, please. So do we have visitors? I know we have some in the room. And then if we have visitors online who have joined us virtually, if you will raise your hand, we can recognize you and have you introduce yourself. For those in the room, Patrick, I think you are new. Yep. And then if you just want to, we'll start from the back and go forward. Would you like to introduce yourself, how you found out about 1MillionCups? And you can come up here and do it actually, so the folks online can hear as well.
Morning. Thank you so much for 1MillionCups. I said earlier that I could be the 1,000,001.
Perfect.
Patrick Anderson, I represent Universe Financial and Tax Consultants based here in Herndon. And I came to know 1MillionCups because of my good friend here, Michelle from MVP.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Other visitors today. Two more. Michelle, who I met earlier.
Good morning. I'm Michelle Arnold from MVP. I heard about 1MillionCups from LinkedIn from John and from James. Yeah.
Welcome.
Morning, everyone. My name's Alex. I'm from Good Conversion Marketing, and I've heard about 1MillionCups from Jen Dalton.
Welcome. Anyone online who is, it's a first time attendee?
We have Rana. Rana, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Can you introduce yourself? We'd love that.
Hi, I'm Raina. I'm here to support my employer, Mr. Suliman. So we're with a TechBridge solution. So I'm just here to support.
Welcome.
We have Jamila. And we have Natalie. And Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad. I've been here a couple of times before. Got connected through Scott Alford, who's been serving the past year on leadership for the Fairfax chapter. Freelance writer and editor and marketer as well. So nice to join you all again today. First time
Nice to
this
see you again.
Yep.
Jamila?
Progress.
All right, John, next slide, please. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the screen and I don't see anything happening. So if you would please take out your phone, scan the QR code. That lets the national organization know that we have people in the room and people attending and participating in the Fairfax chapter. Keeps our numbers up. It's nice to see so many new faces as well as repeat attendees. This will actually come up again later on if you miss it this time, but I'm going to do it now because I always miss it. John.
Yeah, put it back.
Very touchy. Okay.
Oh,
All here today is because you scanned the QR code earlier. So please take advantage of it. See, Maria has a shirt, a coffee mug, and a pen, and a journal, all stuff that is a result of people scanning and checking in. So thank you.
Next slide, please, John. So this does not happen in a vacuum. These lovely faces that you see on this slide, these are the organizers as well as the brand ambassadors and our sponsors. We have Fairfax County, or our partners, not sponsors, Fairfax County Economic Development Authority, which offers a range of services to businesses here in Fairfax County, as well as Veterans Growing America. If you are interested in being more involved, more hands make the job lighter. And please, you can talk to anyone whose face you see up on that screen, up on that slide about more information. Our location sponsor is the George Mason Enterprise Center. Eddie, would you like to speak to that?
You know I would.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Mason Enterprise Center, we're a traditional business incubator. We're making some changes in our model for 2025. And so not only can we work with startups, which we've been doing in a wonderful way here in Fairfax City for most of 30 years now. Actually, this is our 30th year. I guess we should have an anniversary. I think we're too busy to even think about that. Anyway, so great example of that is I'm sitting with someone with kind of the new model. I'm sitting with one of my clients last week. We're discussing things that's happening in his business. He's been with us for a number of years. And he said, you know, we're a dozen years old and we still need incubating. And so, you know, we're happy to work with startups. We love to work with new innovators. We're fantastic for tech companies. But if you're an existing business and you've kind of hit a plateau, or you know someone that's having a little bit of trouble and maybe could use some of our resources for startups that we could actually help use to accelerate your business or their business, we would love to talk to them. You can reach out to me directly at ehill25@gmu.edu. Thanks.
Thanks, Eddie. And that's a good reminder that the entrepreneurial journey is not necessarily linear. Our coffee sponsor this month is Impact Business Solutions. James, would you like to talk briefly about that?
Good morning, everyone. I am James Lawson. I'm the co-founder of Impact Business Solutions and happy to be the coffee sponsor for this month. Who is Impact Business Solutions? We are a coaching and consulting company. We specialize in working with what we'd call early stage businesses, i.e. if you're doing less than $500,000 a year, that's our ideal client. And if you think of marketing as being the engine of your business, what we do is we work on the fuel, which is basically working on things like who's your ideal client, what is your unique messaging, points of differentiation. help you create your business models as well as irresistible offers. So we look at that as being the fuel for the engine, which kind of drives your marketing, which helps all your strategies actually work when you get into the marketplace. So that is Impact Business Solutions. If you'd like to know more, you can go to www.impactbizllc.com and yeah, you could check us out. James Lawson, thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
How the meetings work. So just like with everything, there are some basic rules. So what we'll do is we'll hear from Suliman today. He's going to present his business challenge, and then we will offer up some insight to the question, answers to some Q&A afterwards. We ask that you keep your mics muted during the presentation and the Q&A until we call on you. I have a small dog who has a lot of opinions, so keeping the mic muted is really helpful. Next slide, please. So Suliman has TechBridge Management Solutions, and we know you have a challenge question today. So if you'd like to come up, we'll hear from you for the next 8 to 10 minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm Suliman Kamyar. So the challenge, we will come to challenge question, how we can efficiently expand our reach to entities outsourcing their projects in the DEAM area. That's our question for today. Next slide, please. Okay, so prior to that, I would like to introduce myself and also our company. My name is Suliman Kamyar. I'm the CEO of TechBridge Management Solutions. I have over a decade of professional experience in leadership, management, policy development, and also strategic planning across the government, private sector, and also nonprofit organizations. On 2021, during the evacuation process of Afghanistan, I moved with my family from Afghanistan to US, and back the country, I had worked with different organizations and agencies. I worked as an economic advisor and also chairman of Economic Empowerment Committee at the Afghan government's. It was Office of the Chief Executive, which act as a Prime Minister of Afghanistan. And under my leadership, we created 10,000 jobs for rural areas, rural women, and secured 65,000 people's food security. We were busy on developing the policies and also prepare the or design the national projects, which happily we landed by lobbying and achieving over $200 million projects from our international development partners. In US, I have worked with a bank, a financial firm, as a project manager, and later, along with that, I am currently board member with many nonprofits, include US Afghan Chamber of Commerce. I'm as a board member with them. I'm certified project manager. I have PMP, CSM, ACC, and a strong background in the project management side. And also we have 3 other team members, but they all exist in this meeting. Ms. Rana, Ms. Natalie, and Ms. Jamila. So they are our colleagues that they support our business development and also project coordinations team. Next slide, please. Okay. Okay. So when we funded this initiative, it was 2024. Although prior to that, I had some collaboration with some nonprofits. On their projects, standardization of their projects, but officially on 2024, I established this company, and we registered on June 2024. We are based in Fairfax County, currently in Centerville, Virginia. And on the operations side, we can on the local we are supporting DMV area, and internationally we are able to operate in Middle East countries, Europe, include Germany and some other countries, and also in Australia, we can operate on that internationally. Next slide, please. Okay. Okay, I have my art copy as well because it's a little bit hard to see that. It's always good to have your art copy. Okay, so what problems our business solve? We are solving like the we are supporting organizations on the project management. We have like managed and delivered over $200 million projects for our clients and worked on that. And internationally, we have supported our clients like over we have supported in their projects and have supported on the proposals. Over 100 proposals we have developed for the clients there now, and also on the capacity building, we had some trainings there now for the nonprofits, which to support their employees. And along with that, one of the plus point is that sustainability, which our team support on aligning organizations activities or operations based on the sustainability principles like ESG and also SDGs. Next slide, please. How we are generating the revenue? So currently we are generating into three ways. We offer like consulting fee, and secondly we will charge entities for the training programs that we have, and third will be based on the services. If we have like as a subcontractor or contractor with government or maybe international agencies, we will charge for that. Next slide, please. Okay. Okay, so this will be like the interesting part and maybe important part. So what we are offering? We are offering a full package project management solution for our clients, which includes if they are outsourcing their projects, we will support those all from the design of project or initiating phase of the project till closing of the project. We are supporting the clients, and also we are supporting on the governance side as well. We can establish their PMO team and support on their governance and compliance as well. On the international development projects, since we have a proven expertise and experience, we are supporting international agencies like USAID or maybe European Union delegations or World Bank Group. They're primary contractors for now. Since we are small, we can support their primary contractors in Middle East, Europe, and Australia. We can operate on those areas, and also like the capacity building trainings. We are supporting local agencies in practical project management trainings. It will be like all project management training in a practical or real life version for their employees to understand better, and it will be tailored based on their sector, if it is nonprofit, financial firm, or if it is government agencies. And also we have some trainings which mostly it's like free trainings on the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, since we are one of the supporter of Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations as well. On the business consulting, we are supporting them on the strategic planning, how they can align their activities based on the based on the international standards, or how they can collaborate, how they can collaborate with those international organizations. Who's our ideal client? I would say I just separate it into two parts. I will say one will be like the local clients that we will have, which mostly will be DMV area. We can support nonprofits that they are seeking some to outsource their projects and implement their projects efficiently. We are supporting them, and along with that, we are supporting on their trainings and business consulting. For government agencies, that will be like we can support currently the local government, maybe some projects of Fairfax County, or maybe around the DMV area. Okay. And also businesses, the small businesses and maybe large businesses, if they want to have any project management support. And last part will be the for our international activities. So we currently are supporting primary contractors of the international agencies, since we are small. Okay. What's our values? And as I mentioned, so we have a proven experience, have implemented over $200 million projects. It will be end to end. It will be customized based on the customer's request, and also the other advantage will be, along with the project management solutions that we are supporting, we will support those organizations on the sustainability integration, which that's the most important part, we believe. What's our difference? We have worked with different organizations, nonprofit, for-profit, and governments. So we understand the 360-degree inside of each organization, and that will help us to implement those projects efficiently. We have experience on international development, and also we are supporting on sustainability. Next slide, please. Okay. We mentioned about the audience and also the companies. I think we are good with that. So about the marketing channels, currently we are using LinkedIn, which I believe John will be happy with that. So we are using LinkedIn and Facebook. We are trying to add maybe Instagram as well, in case if someone will reach, but mostly it will be professional companies. Still, we are negotiating on that to add or not. Along with that, we are participating on some events, and also launch some events like business events, and we have like some email campaigns and our website. Next slide, please. Okay, so who's our competitors? We had a research. It was a long list of companies that they offer project management or some other services that we are providing. I mentioned three of them, which is Advanced Project Management Inc., Project Management Control Consulting, and also like cross-country consulting. The first one is supporting on the, they're focused on the construction only, which our company, we have expertise on the broader or cross sectors services. And for the second one, they are focused on the planning and control only, which we support like overall a full package for them. And also the third one, they are focused on the, so I mentioned the third one because they are supporting on ESG, but for the companies, mostly along with ESG, so we are supporting like a little bit broader. That's, I think we can escape.
Yep.
Okay. how we can leverage with our competitors. So I would say like we for most of these competitors, so we are trying to be a partner. We will try to find those gaps, and also will try to have like some contributions or opportunities on co-market. Next one will be the last one. Okay. Okay, so the challenge question will be how we can efficiently expand our our reach to entities which they are outsourcing their projects in DMV area.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're moving into the Q&A section. I am going to kill the background on this. Just give me 1 second. See, Jen says, you know, to change the background. And I said, yes, and now I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. All right, Jen, come up here and change the background on this. Come on. I know I'm an idiot. What are you going to do?
You're just making me feel special.
I am.
I appreciate it. It's good to feel wanted and needed. Even if it is just for adjusting the background. All right. Great presentation, Suliman. And with that, James is going to lead us in moderation.
Okay, so we're into the Q&A, as I said. So here's what's going to happen. If you have a question, use the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen on the toolbar. Keep your questions succinct and to the point. That way, Suliman can keep his response succinct and to the point, right? So we can get through as many questions as we possibly can. So if you have a question anywhere virtually or here in the room, please go ahead and raise your hand. Jen's got a question. So many questions.
Suliman, I was just curious, you mentioned you're doing marketing events. One of the thoughts I had was to consider offering workforce upskilling. I think that's something a lot of companies are looking for right now. And so if you were providing upskilling on what are the UN sustainability goals, why does it matter companies need to get them? Or if you're upskilling on project management, or how do you do cross-entity project work? Those might be some interesting webinars that you could deliver. You could also market them on LinkedIn and expand your visibility that way and really be seen as an expert. So I'd love to hear more about your events just briefly, but those are some initial thoughts.
Thank you, Jen. And actually, I've got a question, if you don't mind. It's a question. When we talk about project management, is there any industries within that sphere that you guys are really, I mean, you talk about non-profits, but non-profits cover a broad band of industries, let's say. Is there any particular industry within that scope that you guys are really, really good at working with?
It will be generally like okay. First, I would like to thank Jen as well regarding that statement. So we will work on that. For your question about the scope, maybe or our target audience. So our expertise is at the international development and like community development projects. Along with that, we have experience at the technology projects as well, and also the construction. So overall, that experience will lead us to have like a little bit broader areas or maybe a scope.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like health sector, environmental sector, technology sector.
Yeah. So it will be like community development sector, technology sector. So for health sector, that will be those areas that they are too much specific, like have like too much professional need too much like professionality on their task. Like health sector is like if someone will lead a health sector projects, I believe it will be good like if they are expert on some medical areas as well, which we cannot do that right now, although the project is the same, like we have the same phases everywhere. And about those webinars that you have mentioned, so we will follow that. What was the second question you said? Sorry, I missed that.
What kind of events are you doing right now?
Okay, so what kind of events? So currently we are supporting like the business events. In that business event, along with that, so we will explain about like green businesses, how you can have green business, or what's the benefits of that SDGs. That's what we are doing. Yeah, awesome.
Mr. Rutenberg, you are next up.
Thank you, Suliman. Number one, thanks, James. Thank you, Suliman. So here's my suggestion of how to expand your business. I think you have to pursue the subcontractor route, and perhaps you could talk about a little bit about building subcontractor relations in the past, but you have direct government experience from your own country. I have inside information because Suliman and I have chatted, and I talked to him before the presentation. And anyway, narrowly, can you find the prime contractor who is working at the international development level where your expertise is in project management, and get your next subcontractor of $1 million? Just picking a number. That's my suggestion. And you can just say thank you. Sorry.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would like to add, I had a conversation with John 2 days ago. It was great, and he helped a lot on this presentation also. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. It was great.
Thanks, John. Mr. Tom Shape, you are up next.
Morning, everyone. Thank you for the presentation. It was very good. Covered a tremendous amount of territory. So my question to you is, how much of your business in the United States is minority business? And secondly, how much business do you do overseas? And follow up on that would be, how do you get paid when you do your business overseas?
Yeah. What was about the minority one you said? Sorry.
How many minority businesses do you work with?
So currently, since we are certified a small and micro business as well, we have worked with the nonprofits mostly, not with minorities businesses. Although we had some collaboration with mid-sized businesses, not the minority, but we can focus on that. And also the overseas. So we about the generation of like revenue from the overseas. So we can partner with the international development agencies. They're primary contractors like FHI, 360s, and DMV, like DI, Communex, or many others.
How much of your business is abroad?
So they are multi-million or maybe up to $1 billion projects they have.
Like a percentage of your projects that are abroad?
Okay, about percentage of our project. Yeah. So it will depends. I will say right now, since currently we are not collaborating with them. We don't have any project from them, but we can handle up to 50 or more than 50% of the projects. Yeah.
Amy Hughes, you have a question.
I do.
Would you like to come up here and ask your question? Come on.
Question I had for you is, as you're, sorry, I don't know where I'm going here. In the presentation, you stress sustainability and 360 project management capabilities. I was on the website looking around a little bit, and I think highlighting those two areas specifically, and maybe not, nobody reads. This is So highlighting those two areas specifically and providing examples of the expertise, I think would be a really good way to gain some traction. Also, if you have, I'm going to steal from Melinda, user testimonials. So folks that you have worked with previously, providing some feedback on the work that's already been done, and perhaps on a YouTube channel. Again, nobody reads, but they'll watch a video for 2 minutes.
YouTube channel. That will be good. Thank you so much. For sure, we will consider that. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Questions, anybody?
Me,
Oh, Melinda. Sorry, Melinda.
I don't have the tool right now, but a couple great presentation. Really enjoyed it. Wrote down a couple of things that came to mind. The Business Journal has a list of contractors, the big contractors in the area. That would be a good resource to start with. If you already subscribe to the Business Journal, you can get a lot of this stuff online and do deep dives into it, which is really good. It's worth the annual subscription or a 3-year subscription to make it cheaper. I also wrote down there are a lot of companies like PAE, who my husband used to work for, doing international business. They serviced a lot of the businesses internationally. That may help you identify other contractors that are already there. They may have instances where they have to replace people and other things that come up where they need somebody in the on site. And I know that's what they did a lot of. So that would be a big opportunity. And I assume there are some trade associations for all of this industry. I would be happy to search for that for you later or do a quick AI search for it, but I bet there are some associations that you can get in front of and talk about the things that you do. Maybe even being a keynote speaker in front of their employees and other types of things that will again get you a lot of visibility. And the last one I have is just really talking to a lot of the different organizations and countries that are, have diplomats in the area, because that whole segment may be able to help you find opportunities in their countries where they need help or whatever you can do.
That will be great. Thank you so much. I have noted all of them. I will work on that. On trade associations, even that was something new for me as well. Although we are familiar with Chamber of Commerce and Trade Association for overall businesses, in international development sector, I never thought about that, if there is anything exists or not, but I will search as well.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Eddie, question. You want to come up, Musk?
Okay.
Come on.
thank you then.
On down.
Sit back there. Hey, Suliman. Actually, I was pleasantly reminded that we have a resource for you at Mason Enterprise Center. So it's an organization that is located with us. It's the Minority Business Development Association. And so they may be very helpful to you as you look to grow your business in this area, but also not only for your business, but help give you insights in terms of like how to connect with other minority businesses and other people that they work with.
That will be great.
Sure.
That will be
Yeah.
good. I would follow up with you about that.
Yeah, please do. That'd be great.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Eddie. Jen, another question?
And then Reggie.
And then Reggie? Oh, Reggie's good, Simon.
A couple of thoughts. If you haven't considered joining the NMSBDC, the National Minority Small Business Development Center Consortium, something like that. Yeah. How many initials can you have in a name? So many. That'd be a great resource. They have lots of events that you could go to, be visible at. I would also look at, given the incoming administration, trying to figure out how do you identify the companies that are still going to be focused on UN sustainability goals or sustainability period. One way you can do that is I would use LinkedIn to search on people who have UN Sustainability Development Goals in their LinkedIn profile. I can show you how to do that, or John can. And I would also look at law firms who are focusing on that and doing international law, or even accountants, like people who can make those introductions for you. Where are they at? But I would start with the NMSPDC, and I have some specific introductions I can make to companies. But I think it will be an interesting time with the new administration figuring out who is still going to be focusing on the UN goals.
That's good. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jen. Reggie, you are up.
Yeah, great presentation. So as you know, Virginia is the top state for business. It's been voted many times. And there's an organization called the Virginia Economic Development Partnership. And it's essentially all the economic development organizations across the state. You know, they meet, they talk about how to keep Virginia on top and you know, promote different economic development initiatives throughout the state in their respective regions. So I think that's a great organization for you to get connected with. One thing that they have on their site is a listing of various sites across the state that are, you know, have been approved for development. And, you know, all these places, they're going to put buildings that, you know, need to have sustainable practices, you know, as they're doing construction and development in these areas. So there's lots of opportunities out there. I think connecting with this group will be really helpful to you as you think about, you know, getting some of these opportunities. So, so hopefully that's it's a good connection for you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Reggie.
Thanks, Reggie. Do we have any other questions? Anybody in the room? I have an observation, and it may well just be the presentation itself. There's a lot of stuff that you guys seem to be involved in or want to be involved in. And there's a lot of different organizations, like Jen has said and Reggie has said. I would suggest to you that you try and get really focused in on something, all right? Because I think that's going to help in terms of who you speak to, what the message is going to be, your value proposition, that whole gambit of things. I just think it's going to be really hard for you guys to kind of message out to the marketplace, given the broad depth and width of what you believe or want to be involved in. And so it's going to be really hard for people to kind of focus on you and go, well, that might be the organization for us. So my guidance would be, even if it's for 90 days, like go full bore on one thing for like 90 days and try and see how that works. And if it isn't quite giving you what you want, then maybe make a slight shift to something else. But you've got to run it for an amount of time that it gives you a chance to do something, right? But I mean, I'm just still a little confused given the broad breadth and depth of everything that you guys want to do or can do as to where your real value is and who you should really be working with, right? So it's just something to ponder on, Suliman, that you might want to get a little bit more focused on that stuff. John.
Quick question. How long have you been in business?
For this company?
Yeah.
So it's from 2024, June.
You've been doing this work.
The work overall,
No,
so
the company.
the company established on June 2024. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're a startup.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
young,
a startup, yeah.
yeah, young organization. Yeah.
So I mean, I can appreciate trying to find, but with your past, like just like what James said, with your past experience, you should find those more laser focused opportunities to where you know you can actually leverage your talent, be paid what you're worth, and then grow from there instead of chasing things that may or may not bear fruit.
Yeah.
You want to put your time where you're going to get results, not, you know, either. We have a saying, you don't want to mistake activity for productivity. Chasing a bunch of dead leads into activity. You feel like I'm busy, but it's not bearing fruit. With your past history, you should go to those previous people or relationships and try to pour gasoline on those. Which is logical.
Or at least the work that was done in those places and go, that's what we're really good at. Who in this environment is looking for that thing?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we can talk offline about
Sure,
that.
we
a little
can
bit.
have.
Any more questions, anyone? If there's not,
I got
oh,
jump
John.
in here, not LinkedIn, but
It's not LinkedIn.
no. I'm curious as far as, you've done work previously. Are there case studies, this kind of goes back to James, that I was struggling and you do so much, but are there case studies, maybe that you've done in the past that would help people understand what it is you do and the results you can get? I guess is what my
That will be great. I will try to add that case studies in our website or also LinkedIn or maybe make some videos as well for that. So we will try to do that. So just quick, I would like to say like overall, we are supporting on the project management or management side. So basically, the audience for the local level, so they will focus more on the project management supports. But the long term that we are looking, we are looking to become like that one of the global leaders on consulting, as our colleagues mentioned, like PE, FHI 360, DI. So one of that organization. So if you see their services, those are the services mostly they are providing, along with technology services that they are providing. But primarily right now, what we are doing, we are trying to be their subcontractor and share that we have the capability to do business in these areas. And I would like to maybe discuss further and get your feedback on that. But I like to be a little bit more licensed or maybe focused on
bring
that.
it in.
Yeah.
Just bring it in.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Melinda, you have something you want to say?
Yeah, I just have a question. And what is your secret sauce? That would be, and I ask that because when you're talking about everything, it's very general. And I could tell you've got some things you keep very close to you that make you unique. So what is your secret sauce? Why do people come back to you? Why do you get hired?
Yeah, thank you so much, Melinda. So the secret sauce, I will think will be that strategic thinking and also that sustainability of the projects that we are thinking. Any project that we have worked till now, it wasn't only the plan that based on the task. It was the plan on the view of 360 view. Like how it will impact the environment, how it will impact something else, how you can, if you will have like any project, along with that project, we will say like, okay, how you can gain some other opportunities, like by linking that to the SDGs. For example, as a nonprofit organization, if you will put that reference in your projects that you're supporting Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, which is, it's not only the responsibility of governments, it's the responsibility of each individual business, nonprofit, for-profit, to support that by 2030. If you're referencing that, and we will support like, okay, this is how you should reference, and this is where you should reach for those fundraising for you, it will be a complete package. And that's why like that people would like that. And once they will get successful, they will get back to us.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, we're at the end of Q&A, so we're going to finish off. Amy, would you like to come and finish us off on the
Now we have to go back to the slides. So Suliman, we always ask one question at the end of each presentation. How can 1 Million Cups help you today?
The answer will be like, stay connected with me, and also I will have like some follow-up meetings with all of you, and looking forward for your guidance like today. That was really helpful. I noted lots of them, and if I missed, so I will check the record.
Yes, we'll have the recording for you as well as the chat where Melinda's been capturing the Q&A through the whole thing. Thank you,
Thank
and
you
we
so
look
much.
forward to seeing you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
I would tap dance, but that would just be ugly and I would fall down. Will it let me flip the slides for me?
If you use my mouse, I can click on the slide.
There we go. Thank you. So next week's presenter, now that I've figured out,
Not accurate.
not accurate. Okay, how about I,
Tell us the latest.
yes, John, if this is inaccurate, can you update me?
Yes, ma'am. That we're open next week. I believe
working on
the
it?
29th.
Freezes right now.
He freezes.
That's right.
He'll
Sorry? Hello. So can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So next week we're open. And the 29th. Maria, are you presenting possibly? I believe on the 29th. We have a presenter. And I apologize for not knowing. Am I right?
I think so, John.
Yeah. But that means anyone want to present or have a topic they want discussed? Raise your hand. Because we are a mastermind.
Yeah.
John, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. This is our presenter schedule that John just summarized quickly for us. If you are interested in presenting, you can go to the 1 Million Cups website and submit your application there. It's a simple application. You let us know what your challenge question is, what your business is, and then it's quickly reviewed and generally we say yes. You can see February, we have open slots, so it's a good opportunity to present. And Maria, we have you on the 29th. Beautiful. Please help us spread the good word about 1 Million Cups. All the links are in one place using that QR code, which we'll share with you. Okay. So either LinkedIn or any of the other social media platforms. As we mentioned earlier, this does not happen. These meetings don't come together in a vacuum. So if you are interested in becoming an organizer, you can let us know in the chat simply by typing the word me. Lots of opportunities to get exposure for your business, as well as develop leadership skills and project management organization skills. If you have time, stick around a while. We have lots of lovely faces here in the room. And it's always nice to see that, as well as the folks online. It's a good opportunity to do a little bit of networking after our mastermind session. Thanks for coming. Save the chat. You can click the 3 buttons in the upper right-hand corner of the chat window and save the chat, which provides all the Q&A that we had, as well as contact information for participants in today's meeting. Thanks again for coming, and we'll see you hopefully next week.